welcome to another episode of the Fourtress of, a podcast about movies, TV shows, video games, and lots of pop culture nerd things. My name is Oscar. I'll be one of your hosts today, and with me per usual, everybody's here, listeners.
We're all here.
It's a miracle day.
It
I don't know
is.
when the last time this happened, to be honest.
I think like November or December, maybe.
I don't even think it was that. That all four of us were here? I don't know.
Long time. In a galaxy
long times ago,
far away.
Come try to lay our city under siege, right?
We all made it.
Alex, the dad, is here. Brian,
Whoop, whoop.
New Reliable, is here. And Devin, also known as Mr. Nowhere, is also here.
Mr. Nowhere.
Not Mr. Worldwide, Mr. Nowhere.
True that.
We did it, guys.
So nice.
Yeah, how you guys doing? Feeling good? Ready to go?
Oh yeah.
I'm great. Life is good. Happy to be here.
Very nice. With that, we got a fun show today, listeners. If you want to skip ahead or avoid spoilers or anything like that, check the time codes. They're all in the show notes down there. With that, guys, let's get into our first segment of the week.
News talk.
Apparently, there's more Lord of the Rings movies coming. This is apparently by it was announced during Warner Brothers Discovery's earnings call. I don't really know how I feel about this.
You don't
I mean,
sound
Devin,
excited. I thought you'd be
No, I
excited.
mean, I am excited in the sense that like I love that universe, but I just want to know what stories they're doing. Is it gonna be a remake or is it going to be spin-off character or completely not separate things? It's very, we don't know.
What's the best case scenario? Tell me what sounds.
There
would
isn't
be,
one.
What would be good?
The best case is that they walk this back and don't make it. That is the absolute best case scenario.
I think I might
Copy
agree.
that.
This is a cash grab if I've ever seen one, because there's no way they can compare to the originals.
Yeah, sure. But this new series was pretty good, right?
It was mid.
I enjoyed
Sure,
it.
it was lukewarm, but like we all majoritarily enjoyed it on the podcast. Brian is aggressively shaking his head no. We all know Brian hated it.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. I just thought it was pretty boring.
Yeah, I think the more space I've gotten from it, the more I've soured on it. So
okay.
maybe I need to watch it again.
So yeah, I feel kind of the same as Devin, where I just think that it's unfortunately going more of probably a cash grab route. And that's just me being cynical. I could be completely wrong, and there's going to be total heart in this, and that'll be great. But I just feel like it's going to be a cash grab. It's going to either be something like a really random story that they have to tell that has nothing to do with anything. Because what rights does Warner Brothers even have to Lord of the Rings that they can make something
Right.
in realm that's not, based on kind of like the same way Rings of Power did. So that's kind of makes me nervous. If I was a big fan, I'd be like,
Interesting.
we saw how Hobbit went,
Yeah, because it said they're allowed to make more adaptations of The Lord of the Rings than The Hobbit. So it's interesting. It's like,
It's all
I
of
mean,
them.
look, if they remade it, I'm still going to see that shit. I know it's not going to live up because one, I saw it as a child. So childhood nostalgia is incredibly difficult to beat. We all know this. And so like who knows? If they do it, you might get them Tom Bombadil fans that are happy. They'll put that motherfucker back in there.
A Tom Bombadil movie, nobody would be mad about, because you could do whatever you want with that. But if they remake it, maybe we'll finally get Nick Cage as Aragorn. And
that sounds like a
Jesus
terrible
Christ.
idea to me.
I don't know. I think a remake sounds like the worst case scenario in my opinion. I feel
Probably, yeah.
I feel like it'd be cool to see some of like the side characters doing some stuff, or just brand new like characters with maybe
I think
some
that world is
cameos.
incredibly like interesting. That
Right.
like I'd be fine going back in there. It's just like I wonder how it works with like, you know how like the Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War games. Like if they turn that into a movie, I think there's a cool
true.
story there. But like again, it goes to what rights do they technically have to use? Like if it's only set within this world, but they can make their own shit up. I mean, obviously the hardcore Tolkien nerds will be pissed no matter what. It don't matter. It doesn't matter.
true.
But they could do something like that just was completely like ties in little pieces, but for the most part, it's new characters and side story type shit. I don't know.
In a lot of ways, that could be the best case scenario, like you said, because I think that way you don't touch the people that people don't want to be touched. You know what I mean? That sounds weird in that way. Circle that back. Anyway, yeah, but it's one of those situations where it's like, one of the big issues with the Halo adaptation was the fact that they were touching characters that were like very sacred to a lot of people, and you have a pretty strong relationship with them already, and they fucked them up. The best way to not fuck up something is don't touch it. You know what I mean? So maybe that would be in their best interest.
It smells bad.
That makes sense to me. I'm excited for it. I'm gonna say that I have a little bit of hope that it'll be okay or good.
I mean, we won't see the Silver 40 anyway. Let's be real.
Yeah, who knows when it'll come out? But I'm hoping for the best, and I have faith that it'll be it'll be decent.
Oh, we got positivity on the podcast again, boys. Let's fucking go.
Thanks, Alex. We've been missing it for weeks since you're not here.
Honestly, I'm down. I'm always down for more high fantasy and some wizards and some sword play. And I think, throw a dragon in there. That could be awesome.
We'll see.
I wonder how many rings there will be.
Oh, God.
There's got to be at least
Hopefully
a ring.
none.
No rings? Is it going to be called
instead.
Lord of the Rings?
That's the thing. I guess it depends on what it's called. Is it if they're all going to be called Lord of the Rings : something in the Hobbit hole or something? I don't know.
The Hobbit hole. Good thing you're not writing this.
That's just going directly in the trash. Because what is that?
Yeah. So I guess it depends on like how they're gonna go about it. So
We'll
yeah.
see.
All right. Last piece of news, real quick. This is via Twitter. Microsoft President Brad Smith's Twitter confirmed that they locked a 10-year agreement to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo device owners, aka the Switch. Which, why?
I mean, in a world where mobile gaming is king right now, and people are somehow playing Apex Legends on there and stomping people through crossplay is the funniest thing on earth. Why not bring a Nintendo Switch?
I downloaded Apex on the Switch, and it was really difficult.
I'm sure it runs like duty.
I think I played half of a match.
Damn.
Yeah, it was not pretty.
Some things just don't belong on the Switch. I know they want to get more of a diverse demographic when it comes to people, because there's no mature games on Switch. Who fucking cares? You make a ton of money anyway. It doesn't matter.
Right.
I really feel like it's a funny slap in the face to Sony that they're like, even Nintendo is willing to jump on board with this, and y'all still want to act up.
I honestly think that's the only reason why they did it.
Oh, absolutely.
Is to show, because like most people know, they're still in the struggle of getting this whole Activision deal gone through, because Sony has been saying how like it'll be a monopoly type of thing. And I think now that I think that's the only reason why they were like, hey, Nintendo, if you do this, people might not think we're a monopoly anymore.
I'm just saying, Call of Duty was on Nintendo Wii, and
that shit sucked too.
I feel like it'll be interesting though. Like it's like, unless you have the Pro Controller, like I don't have the Pro Controller, but I don't play like competitive games on the Switch. Like even playing Smash Brothers on like the regular controller, like the Joy-Cons, even holding two of them. Like, it's a little bit difficult. Like, you can...
Those Joy-Cons are too fucking small.
Yeah, I can say that as someone with small hands.
Those twitch reflexes for something like Call of Duty, it sounds tricky for sure.
And listen. So, the most recent Pokemon Scarlet and Violet came out. That game looks like dick. It looks fucking terrible. Fun game. People love it, whatever. That game runs at 15 FPS. So if that game runs at 15 FPS... Did you see what Modern Warfare 2 looked like? That game looked like real life. I was pretty sure that I was acting as an actual military man shooting real human beings. How am I putting that on the Switch?
When I first put Call of Duty into my PlayStation, it's like a 110 gigabyte download.
Oh,
That's
wow.
like 8 Switches.
It would fucking explode, no question. That thing is gonna catch fire.
That shit gonna look like a PS2 game.
I wonder if it'll be like old school like Game Boy games where like Spider-Man would come out on PlayStation.
Oh no!
And when it comes out on Game Boy, it's like a
Completely
completely different game. That would be fun.
I said that would be fun.
I mean,
Yeah.
you did bring up a good point that I completely didn't think about, is that Call of Duty's on mobile and people do play it and it runs.
Oh, that's
I
true.
guess.
to
So
be
I
fair
guess
though, Call of Duty Mobile is like a separate game. It's not like you can
I-
crossplay like
Right,
Fortnite
right.
and stuff. Which I also think is funny because
That's
Fortnite
true.
looks a lot better than it did back in 2017 when it like first existed.
And as far as I'm concerned, I don't think there's cutscenes in a Call of Duty mobile, so that might be the biggest issue for them.
Yeah, I don't know what any of that's gonna look like on little baby screen.
Maybe it's gonna be a puzzle game.
Did you say puzzle game?
Yeah. Collect all
It's
the
a card,
blocks.
a card RPG.
Trading card.
See, that's what Switch should stick with. Those kind of games. It's like the lighthearted, campy, kind of stuff. Don't try to get the neckbeards and the
I mean, I
hardcore
guess it
shooters.
also depends on whenever this possible Switch 2 looks like. Who knows?
It's gonna look as good as the PlayStation 4 did in 2014.
Yeah.
Like that's what they tend to like to do.
After like 3 or 4 generations of just
That's
not
fair,
even
that's
trying to
fair.
compete on graphics or storage, they
Yeah.
just like jump the field and just go way ahead of PS.
They should
Yeah.
go backwards. They should make that shit look like Minecraft.
Some gold,
Maybe.
Call of Duty Minecraft. Make it look like that.
They did make Call of Duty Roblox, and it looks amazing. I would very much
What the
tell
fuck?
you guys to look into that. I might send it to the group chat so you can see. 'Cause
Interesting.
It looks like Call of Duty, but it is Roblox.
Jesus, wow.
It's for children.
That's hilarious. All right, Sony, I guess the ball's in your court. I don't know. We'll see what they do. They gonna flinch or not. That's the news, guys. We did it. Shall we now move into our main topic of the week?
Let's get it.
Oh boy.
Let's do it.
But first, we are trapped in another fortress. Guys, this is a fortress, look, in honor of the Pedro Pascalaissance finally hitting its peak with the Mandalorian season 3 coming. If you're listening to this the day this come out, listeners, today, it was a great episode. It was phenomenal.
You didn't.
And also The Last of Us.
From the future.
And
the future.
Also, The Last of Us is continuing. This is it. This is peak. We're gonna have 2 weeks of more him being a dad.
Killing it.
So in honor of that, we are in the Fortress of
the dads. All the best, all the greatest dads in the world. Also me.
Yeah, sorry, Father's Day. We're doing it now.
Father's Day comes early. Yay.
Yeah, so listeners, we're doing a ultimate dad battle royale type of thing. We've done similar things like this in the past.
Because why not? Why not? Get all the dads together. Spoiler alert, I win. I kick everybody's butt.
Yeah, Alex gets a bonus because he's the only one that's actually a dad to a human,
yeah,
I would say.
I get 2 points for every person I pick.
No, we're just going back to the schoolyard days of back when you used to see your friends and be like, my dad could beat up your dad. Yeah, we're going to put it in his test. Can his dad beat up his dad?
You'll find out here.
So we're doing a slight spin on this, listeners, where we go round robin style and we have categories of dads and we're going to go through them. But sometimes in a battle royale in the past, we've had them fight physically to the death. And on the sand dunes of Tatooine is what we established last time. But this time, that will only come if there's some kind of emergency break glass tiebreaker situation. But so for this one, we're doing a little spin, which is we're gonna just decide who's the best dad, like actual parenting skills, instead of killing each other.
It's all heart.
Yeah. It's heart and grit, and who has the best like dad strength,
and who can take the orphan child across the wasteland to save the world.
There you go.
Begrudgingly, of course.
Oh, of course, yes.
Naturally.
Right, yeah, of course.
I feel like we should probably say spoilers to stuff. Who knows what?
General spoilers for what we're talking about. Also, like if there's really big spoilers, check the time codes, it'll be there. So yeah, thank you for that, Ryan. With that, guys, should we just get into our first category?
I'm excited.
Let's go.
Which we decided is hero dad.
Classic cape and underwear with a beard,
Right.
Gunslinging, coffee drinking dad.
Gunslinging.
You know him. We all know him. We love him. There's tons of them out there.
It's true. Although we did determine that we've very much easily had a choice of terrible dads more than best dads. Sadly,
there's a lot of dads that save the world but not save their children, and that's pretty
that is true. That is true. It's not about your gunslinging abilities here. It's about your love.
Yeah.
Maybe have a little bit of emotional empathy or something. Jesus Christ.
Right. We picked the order before recording, listeners, so it's going to go Brian, Alex, Devin, and then myself, and we're doing snake draft style, which means it'll go back around the other way. So Brian, hit us with your first daddy.
Hit him.
I'm sorry. I got so thrown off by saying daddy, and I don't.
I knew it.
I got a little flustered. I got a little hot and bothered.
I'm glad.
That's your trigger word.
I suddenly didn't want to speak anymore. Yeah.
Should the title of this episode be Daddy? Would that make people uncomfortable?
Maybe
Zaddy
with a Z. Zaddy.
Oh yeah, that's true. We're searching for the best Zaddy.
Yes, slay. My first father, as a hero father, I'm going to go
getting real formal.
My father, my patriarchal figure in my life. I'm going to go with one that maybe you guys didn't really think about because most of you guys maybe haven't played this game. We got a 4. I'm going to go with big, burly Barrett Wallace from Final Fantasy VII.
Oh,
the big old black dude in Final Fantasy.
He's a dad?
He's a father. He's an adopted father, actually, to a little girl named Marlene. And he
I'm calling shenanigans. You jumped the rope.
Is that the one that you should have let me go first?
Screw you. This game's over.
Wait, time out. This might get cut. Does that count because it's a video game character? When we have a whole separate category now for that?
I mean, he's a hero.
That's what I was saying.
Right?
He's a hero. But he's a video game.
Do you want me to pick a hero that's not?
I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying because we particularly picked a video game animated category.
Most of my shit is gonna be animated. I'm gonna let you know.
All right, then just fucking go for it. Just fucking go for it.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be live action.
I don't give a fuck about any more '90s TV dads at this point. We're going.
Right. Anybody that you think is a hero could be a family.
Okay, definitely a hero category. Yeah, but
I just think Oscar's thinking very much like superhero movies and stuff like that, and I was not gonna do Ant-Man or fucking Homeboy from Hawkeye or some shit like that. So I picked the animated hero.
I like you said Homeboy from Hawkeye, not just Hawkeye.
it came up to me. It came to me as I was thinking about it because I couldn't think. I was like, "What's his name? Like Clint or something?" Fucking whatever. It doesn't matter. They're the same human being. Him and Ant-Man suck.
Right.
Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted
Sorry.
by Alex and Oscar because Alex is over here flipping his chair right now. That was the only pick he probably had.
Sorry,
Cheater.
Daddy.
It's minus 2 points for me because I stole from the dead. But yeah, he's a really good dad, I would say, for the most part. It is the whole thing about him being an active terrorist, but you can argue that he is,
Jesus Christ,
a freedom fighter. He's fighting for the rebellion to make a better life for his daughter that he actually adopted because he adopted his friend's child because he, quote unquote, died. We won't get too much into how all of that happens. But yeah, he just takes you the ultimate oath of, this isn't my child, but I'm going to raise her. She's my own because she deserves it. She deserves a good life. And yeah, he goes on from there. And everything he does is for Marlene. He says it plenty of times throughout the game. I'm doing this for Marlene. And from his town, which his town is really fucking ugly in Final Fantasy VII, the original one. Because it's like
Very
3
ugly.
people there. And
I was about to say because it's 4 pixels.
You really riding for this town that's got literally 2 houses in it and 4 people. That's wild, bro.
It's already a arguably ugly game, and then that town, oof.
It looks like post-apocalypse or Detroit.
Well, he reps that city, bro. He reps that city.
They don't rep it.
And he's got a machine gun for an arm.
He has a machine gun for an arm, and that shit crazy.
Like any good dad.
That makes you a good dad.
He could change it out. It could also be like I don't know.
A bowling ball.
Things?
Yeah, there's like a boxing glove or some shit.
Yeah, there's the bowling ball.
I'm about to say, can he switch it off or switch it? Yeah,
he can turn into a melee character. He can punch.
That's
people.
pretty cool.
No one wants to do that though.
He should. Man's 400 pounds of pure muscle.
I was about to say, he's like Terry Crews size, dude.
No, I got you though. That's a great pick. He was gonna be further down my list, for sure. He's a solid dad.
Real quick, because this was a potential category I thought very last minute was like surrogate dad, but I like how they're just as good as they are dads. So we're not having a separate category for that. But it would have been interesting.
Does not have to be biological to still be a dad.
Boom.
Exactly.
I'm not the stepdad. I'm the dad that stepped up.
Exactly. There it is.
Nice.
All right, Alex, what you got?
I think my dad.
You can't pick yourself.
Yeah, because that would just be too easy. That'd be too easy. Yeah. No, this dad would totally kick Brian's dad, aka Barrett's, butt. Just gonna say that. Yeah, this guy has gone through hell and back again, twice, at least 2 times, maybe 3 times. He goes to the ends of the earth. He'll do anything necessary for his daughter and the people that he loves. And this person is Liam Neeson from Taken.
Oh yeah, I had that. That's a good one.
That's amazing.
I had that on my list also.
He doesn't know who you are or where you are, but he has a particular set of skills that will wreck your day. And
Absolutely.
It's all for the love of his loved ones.
The original John Wick.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because we're competing here, I have to say something.
Come on.
How does this work? Spoilers for the Taken series. I don't know. I don't think anyone cares about that.
The girl gets taken, and then he kicks everybody's butt, and then he finds the daughter. I think eventually.
Now you gotta say, I don't know if we can allow you to just take from the first movie's plot because I'm pretty sure his wife dies in the one of the other 2 movies.
This isn't about being a good husband.
Oops.
It's not being a good husband.
He's a good dad. Does the daughter die? I'm pretty sure the daughter is just fine.
And honestly,
That's so good.
if his wife dies, that might just make you a more available parent. Might make you even a better.
He'd be even a better dad because now he's got to make up for letting the mother die.
Yeah, bond through tragedy.
We don't have to get into that. It's irrelevant.
The dad points totally great. Husband points very terrible. But I think they start that.
Pretty poor.
Divorced.
Pretty poor.
Damn. Well, Liam Neeson from Taken, because we don't really care about that character's name, was also on my list. But
yeah, it's Liam Neeson.
That's ultimate. That's like 1,000 dad strength on him, man.
For sure.
Yeah. But I think
absolutely.
I'm gonna have to go to my second pick then, which is Rick O'Connell from Mummy 2.
From what?
Wow, what a holy shit.
Wait, what? Who is this?
Brendan Fraser. In Mummy 2, because the plot of the movie is that the mummy catches his son, the son gets this like bracelet on his arm, and they go across this wild
That's
thing
a
all around
good
Egypt.
one.
He fights
Wow.
like pygmy zombies. He fights the mummy himself again. I mean, he does what the most to save his son. He outruns the sunrise to save his son's life.
It's a great
And
moment.
He encourages him the whole time when in the few months they're together.
But I will say, his son wouldn't be in any of that danger. This dude just chilled the fuck out and stopped fucking around with mummies. That's bad parenting.
They should.
Yeah, he should have just
That would
stayed
be
home.
good.
You know what Liam
But-
Neeson
Should've just
did?
stayed home and
You
read
know
a
what
book.
Liam Neeson did? He said, "Listen, don't go on this vacation. It's a bad idea." The mom was like, "No, Liam, we need to do this for our kid." And he's like, "Damn it, fine, whatever, but take the cell phone with you." And guess what? The cell phone saved her life. I'm pretty sure.
I think that's a point
I haven't
against
seen the
him
movie in a long time,
because
but
he's
that's what
too
happened.
conservative as a parent. He's too worrying. Rick O'Connell would tell you, go to that concert. If you get kidnapped, I'm just going to run in there with my shotgun and my like 1920s suspenders
Nope.
and just like blast
He's
everybody
put-
off this yacht.
He's Brendan Fraser's putting his son in danger. For what?
That's true.
Adventure, man.
For what?
It's an
For
adventure.
clout?
For
He's
clout.
going to be
Adventure?
a future archaeologist.
Yeah,
For
right.
adventure.
Yeah, right.
He
Dangerous.
fights the Scorpion King.
That's very dangerous.
mean-
Yes, you're right. That is very dangerous.
He fights the
I'm
little
telling you, he should have
guy.
stayed his
Yeah.
ass home.
Let me tell you what,
Yeah.
I would never fight a Scorpion King. I'll tell you that right now.
Not at least not one that looks as bad as that CG I did.
Yeah. The Rock? Nope. Forget it. And I'm a great parent, okay, damn it.
That's totally fair. Yeah, I don't think I want to take a punch in the face from the Scorpion King version of The Rock. I think that'll knock my head right off my shoulders.
I don't want to take a punch from the regular Rock, let alone one that's half scorpion.
Oh my god. Brendan Fraser's good though. I like him. Good one. That's a good one.
All right, very nice. My pick for hero dad. Y'all are gonna think this is pretty obvious, and by the time I came down to it, these two were close, so I'm just gonna go with it. I'm picking Jonathan Kent, aka Superman's father, best
Oh.
hero dad.
Okay.
The
Okay.
dad
And
over
I'll
here.
tell you why. Because, and no discrediting Mama Kent. She's it's 50-50%. They both parented the hell out of a child. But without him being his dad, Superman doesn't become who he becomes, aka the greatest superhero in the world, the greatest person in the world.
Excuse me, but is this Superman's biological dad in
No.
Superman planet or on Earth, his Earth dad?
Adopted father, Earth dad.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
okay, bet.
what.
Not the one
Jor-El.
that put him in a ship and said, peace.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I mean,
I don't know,
No,
guys. That sounds like a
this
good
is
dad to
Earth
me.
dad who raised him
Yeah,
from
yeah,
a
yeah.
child
Got
to
you.
become the man he became.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just like all the reasons that we think Superman is the best come from his parents. Jonathan Kent being one of them. Teaching him all the right things, all the right lessons, all the things to
Mhm.
do. I'm not talking
Mhm.
about Man of Steel, not Kevin Costner. That one, I'm not talking about that one.
All he did was
Not
be
that one.
stupid and die.
Not that
there's
one.
a tornado. Don't go fast.
Don't use your super speed to save me. No, which no one will
Just,
even
yeah.
know.
No, I'm talking about classic Jonathan Kent. And then the biggest lesson that he taught him, and it's also a tragedy, is that typically in the comics, Jonathan Kent dies of a heart attack in Clark Kent's arms. And it teaches him the lesson that even with all that power that you have, you can't save everyone. There's nothing you can do. There was nothing, literally nothing you could have done to save me in this moment. And that's a great lesson of humility for Superman to learn growing up and becoming the greatest superhero on Earth.
I don't know about getting points for just dying. You know what I mean?
No,
And
that's
some
the
poetic
final
shit,
lesson
but he
is
didn't
what
do
I'm
that on
saying.
purpose.
That's the
I
final
don't know
lesson,
either.
though.
I don't know.
You're
We
telling
got
me that
points for
everything
that.
your parents taught you was on purpose? Hell no.
Uncle Ben has entered the chat.
But at least they're in the. No, I don't like that. That's just trauma.
I'm saying.
Trauma could be a lesson, but trauma don't teach you. That's not. That's not
Hey.
the skill of a
God.
parent. That's just them dying.
He taught him other things. He taught him how to,
Mm.
you know.
I was with you. I'm with you. Everything else.
Yeah,
Nothing you lost.
I see where you're going though, Oscar. Yeah, he taught him how to be a gentleman and how to be like he's a freaking he's a monstrous alien. He could have.
It could have been Hitler.
He could have easily
been.
been the worst person.
He could have destroyed everything, but he didn't.
If he had landed in like a Jersey neighborhood instead of just Midwest Kansas
Wow, get shit on
or
Jersey.
like downtown LA,
Oh my
we
god!
would have all been fucked.
He comes out real tan and oily instead.
You fucking douchebag. Hey, yo, hey.
I'm Superman.
Fuck
Thank God for Midwestern
Superman,
plays.
okay, I'm the super guy.
Yeah, it's actually
We're great at accents.
It's quite a good thing that Superman didn't come out racist as hell.
That's what I'm
He could've
saying.
easily-
Like,
Oh, true.
he could have landed in a different part of Kansas, bro.
Those Bible thumpers probably would have had his fucking
Yeah.
back going crazy.
Just a little farther south.
Do we
and it
know
would have been real
factually
bad.
that he's not? Like, has he been tested? Like, do we know he's not racist?
Like socially tested.
Yeah, sure. Like, has he been tried?
Which one would
like,
you
have
stop?
we,
The black
have we
one?
Has he seen black people before?
I'm pretty sure he's not. He saves everybody. I don't think he discriminates who he saves. You know?
I haven't seen
I don't
it.
think I've ever seen Superman talk to a black person. So.
I have not seen that. I have not
Never
seen
seen
that.
Superman in the same room with a
Hey,
black person.
Cyborg's in the Justice League. He talks to him.
Does he? He doesn't
Does
actually
he,
talk to
though?
him directly. He just says,
Martian Manhunter.
Which movie does he talk to him in? Because I have not seen that movie.
I'm not talking about just movies, but also
no.
he does talk to him in Justice League, in that really not great one.
He asked Wonder Woman if she can talk to him because he doesn't feel comfortable around her.
Yeah, I don't know. I think jury's still out on his
Yeah.
racial.
It's not that he doesn't like him. He just doesn't like the fact that
what's
he breathes
the
the same air
Cyborg's
as him.
background? Yeah. Yeah, you got this one. You got this one.
Martian Manhunter, who usually like disguises himself as a black man. Superman's like, you could be anything, bro. I don't know.
It's interesting he chose a black man. That's a different conversation for a different day.
Yeah, so there you go. Jonathan Kent. I was real close. I'm gonna slide in a quick honorable mention because they're almost the same character but slightly different. I almost picked Uncle Ben as a
That's
second.
fair.
Sure,
Spider-Man.
Sure.
Another man whose
Same
biggest
shit.
lesson was dying.
Was dying.
Yeah.
He's probably got the more iconic line though with the whole responsibility shit.
Yeah. For sure.
Dang.
All right. Next category. Oh, listeners, so we've decided that we're going to do all the votes at the end. So stay tuned for that and to figure out who's the winner. Next category, we're going villain. And now we got to be specific here, listeners. This is a character who is a evil person, but a good parent, not an evil parent. So a character who traditionally we would say is a villain character, but deep down they are a good parent. Oh shit, I gotta go first. Fuck. All right. This is the one category where I fucked up, but I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna make a spin on this. My pick for villain, Darth Vader.
Fuck.
And
That was
only-
gonna be mine.
You got to sell this one to me hard. 'Cause
I think that's a great pick. That's a great pick. I could spin it for sure.
This is a terrible pick, but I'm gonna spin it. I'm gonna make this bitch work. All right, here we go. Darth Vader, obviously fucking villainous as hell. The villain of villains, Darth
Mhm.
Vader.
It's a great villain.
Iconic look, iconic everything. And now when it comes to parenting, who's to say he was a bad parent? Man didn't even know where his kids were, didn't know they existed. That's not on him. That is not on poor Darth Vader. He had no idea his
Poor
kids were
Darth
alive.
Vader. Oh, poor Vader.
See, I was gonna pick Darth Vader, but now that you picked him, I'm gonna argue against him, okay? Because he's a terrible father. Okay.
Oh, fuck. No shit. What do you think I'm fighting for my life over here? All right, so Darth Vader, he didn't know his kids existed. And you know what I'll say, though? He was being the best parent without even knowing he was. He's such a good parent that he would eliminate his daughter's adoptive parents' planet just so he could be closer to her and get rid of the competition,
No,
bro.
I don't know about that one.
Look, he said,
Listen, you just gotta
I am
jump to the
your
last
father.
movie. You just gotta jump
Right.
to episode
He
6.
force choked his wife when he knew she was pregnant. With
Bro,
them.
he wasn't.
that's
Nah,
pretty
no,
bad.
that's
That's
being a
pretty
bad
bad.
spouse. We eliminated that with Liam
that's
Neeson
being
last
bad
round.
to
No, that's direct impact on the kids, dude. That's pretty
No,
bad.
no.
Direct impact on
Honestly,
the kids.
that's Anakin Skywalker. That ain't Darth Vader, bro.
Oh,
That's Anakin
oh.
Skywalker.
Well, he was Darth Vader then, was he not? Wasn't he?
At that point, he was
Yeah,
Darth
yeah,
Vader
yeah,
already.
yeah.
Yeah, he'd already got the
No,
name.
shut up. Why y'all remember that shit?
Yeah.
God damn.
I love
Damn
how
it.
hard you're fighting this, though. I appreciate the effort. I still don't believe a damn thing you've said so far.
No, listen. In Oscar's defense, I got your back, Oscar. The
Thank you.
man destroyed an empire. He killed his
does.
boss and stopped his whole life's passion for the love of his son. And for the majority of the movies, you know, he's just trying to get closer to Luke once he realizes that Luke's his
Exactly.
kid. He's like, he just wants to hang out with Luke. He just wants him to
He
be
just
on the
wants
dark
him to
side with
be
him.
a part of the family business. Come on, that's a good dad.
When he finally realizes that he doesn't want to be in the family business, you know what he does? He destroys the whole business. He's like, forget this shit then.
I like how y'all talk about this shit like it's like a used car salesman just trying to get his son to say, but your son wants to be like an astrophysicist or something. No, this man was the leader of the dark side.
He had a boss just like any other manager, and you know what? He killed him.
They did the Star Wars version of, you know, throwing the ball with your son, like, hey, you want to convert to the dark side? And he's like, no, I'll convert you to the light side. And it's like, that's basically how you throw a baseball in Star Wars universe.
It's true, exactly. And also, I will say, his last act was saving his son's life. And what happened? He got to be a fucking Force ghost. You do one good thing in this universe after committing genocide, and you get to go to heaven. He's good dad.
Good dad.
Good dad.
Wait, okay, but is it a point against
story?
Is it a point against any dad if they just kill children? Because he killed a lot of younglings.
That was not yet. Oh fuck, that was that thing.
He did a lot of bad
Those
stuff.
weren't his kids. You don't have to be a good dad to other people's kids.
If you're a good dad, you would never kill somebody else's kids.
Yeah, listen, guys. I would never do that. I'm gonna just put that down. So, in case anybody gets lost in here, what would Alex do? And I would not do that. Okay, I would not do that.
Dad.
I think the fact alone that he was like, yeah, my pregnant wife here, I'm just gonna force choke her for no, like,
yeah.
For, you know,
I
for
wouldn't
shits
do that
and
one.
gigs.
I wouldn't do that.
Can't do that. I think that's a bad dad move.
All right, look, respectfully disagree. Let's continue.
And you know what's funny? I would have been arguing Oscar's points so hard.
Yeah.
I got no choice, man.
He was definitely my pick. Like he's great. Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
All right, boys. I'm gonna pick Vito Corleone, the Godfather. All right. He's a mob guy.
All right.
He knows the game. He's in the game. Okay.
But
he's setting it all up for his sons to inherit it. That's the whole point. He's doing it all.
It's love
to pass it on to the next generation. He's a family man. He grants wishes on his daughter's birthday. He has a great backyard wedding, by the way. Very cool Italian wedding. So, yeah, he gives Michael some good advice. We won't talk about the other son that gets shot up, but that was kind of his own fault.
About to say, I already have a counter attack prepared. It's locked and loaded.
That guy, it was his fault. He counseled him. Like, he didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight the other crime bosses. He's like, let's have peace. Let's have peace. Let's have peace. They, escalated. But he was a good father. He was a good father figure to Michael. He did the right things.
All right, my counterattack. If he's such a good dad, why the hell did he teach Michael to protect the family business over your family? Michael has his own brother killed. Is this his brother? That's his brother, right? Killed in the family business. He thought the family business was more important than the family part of the family business.
I don't really
also, the man dies in like a cornfield.
I don't have a good answer for that. He did. Listen, Mike was more of a, he's more cynical than Vito was. Vito was more peace loving and, just love your family. But I guess you are correct.
To counteract that counterpoint that Oscar just said, you can be a good dad and then just have a shit ass child. Sometimes you just can't save him.
That's true.
So he gave good advice and he should have known what he meant, but instead he wanted to be stupid and got too greedy, and that's why people end up dying. That's not necessarily dad's fault. You know what I mean?
And you know what, Oscar? I don't know if I want to take any criticism from the guy that picked Darth Vader. So,
damn, low blow.
I don't know if you stand on the moral high ground here. Who's worse?
Fair enough.
All right, listen. Well, I can settle the score now. Roll up your sleeves and put on your boots.
Oh boy.
Because this next dad, if you cross him, he'll put a foot right up your ass. Red Foreman.
I knew it.
Show.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
I love how he's a villain.
I mean, he's kind of like the villain to all the main characters. He's
absolutely,
he's grounding them. He's catching them when they're smoking the bud. He's taking away the
bare
cruiser.
bones storytelling, narrative writing course 101 to figure out who's a villain.
He's
to the protagonist.
He's the antagonist. He's one of many antagonists.
He is the antagonist of that show.
But
that's so funny.
But he's a great dad. And at the end of the day, he loves his kids.
By the end, yes. Even if he never says it to them.
No.
But it was the 70s, man.
And he was a vet.
Wisconsin.
They were not getting any emotional.
He hated everybody.
He doesn't like showing his emotions, but that's what makes him a great villain.
I'll never watch that show the same ever again.
I mean, he's the antagonist. protagonist.
He is. You're
It's not a bad
absolutely
point.
correct.
Not a bad point.
That is a solid
And
fucking
in
pick.
the eyes
Absolutely.
of the heroes, the Eric Foreman, that's his nemesis. He's like, man, this Red's gonna fucking kick my ass when I get home. So
That's a good point.
That's true.
but he's gonna kick his ass to teach him a valuable lesson about whatever.
I think what also we forget to think about is what makes a great villain is that they all think they're the hero of their own story.
Ooh,
Red
yep.
thinks he's the hero, stopping all these kids from smoking weed in his basement every day.
That's true. That's right. He just wants to watch TV, read his newspaper, but nope, these damn
Stick his
kids.
foot in someone's ass.
Yeah.
That's what most dads do, you know. That's a good one. You sold me on that one.
That is good.
Just because of the stretch that you had to go through to even get there. That even feats the Darth Vader argument right there.
Nice.
Oh gosh. Well, I'm gonna go for a little bit more of a classic. Villain. Maybe not classic to you guys, but classic to me. And there's been some times where he's been a villain, he's not been a villain, whatever the fuck. We're gonna talk about it for
This is gonna be a
specific time.
fucking Dragon Ball Z character.
Absolutely, is gonna be a Dragon Ball Z
Fucking
character. It's gonna be
goddamn.
goddamn Vegeta. Vegeta at some
Okay.
points in time were the
Okay.
worst man in the universe. But that man cares about his kids. It's tough love, but he cares about his kids. There was one time where Vegeta actually gets evil power solely so he can be stronger than Goku because he's that much of a shithead. And he murders a lot of people in that whole segment. He murders a lot of people. And then in
That's pretty
that
villainous.
same arc, he sacrifices himself just to save them goddamn kids. It didn't work, but he tried to do it. He tried to do it. He hugged his son and then judo chopped him in the neck so that he wouldn't get to the fight because his son, Trunks is a shit ass. He's like, no, Dad, I can fight. I'm strong. And he's like, this ain't your fight, boy. So he judo chops him, knocks him out so he can't fight. And then Piccolo has to take them away. Another really good dad, by the way. But we'll get into that. And then he goes and tries to sacrifice himself to save humanity because he wants his kids to live in a good life.
Isn't Vegeta just like more of a hero now, though? Like the whole time, isn't he kind of
He's
more
like,
of an
he's like the
instead of
anti-hero.
villain?
He starts out as a villain, becomes the lovable anti-hero.
I think that goes into a bigger discussion of like what's the better villain. It's the Thanos or Magneto thing because Magneto sometimes he's a leader of the X-Men, so I don't think he's the best villain, but some people say he is the best villain because he's the most complex, yada yada. So this goes into the same similar thing. Now I can't say shit because I picked Darth Vader, who gets to go to space heaven at the end. So I don't know, but I don't know if Brian's villain is a true villain.
I give it to him. He's a villain.
Vegeta did also get to go to heaven as well. One thing is you do get to keep your body in heaven or whatever they call it in Dragon Ball Z if you've done enough good deeds to get there. And Vegeta got to keep his body based on they finagled a little bit to get there. He had to keep his body, which means he's not a bad person.
How many good deeds do you have to do to outweigh all the bad things that he did though?
What is it? What's that Nickelodeon show where that kid turned to a dog and he have to do like 100 good things as a dog or some shit?
Yeah.
That's how many.
I mean, but that's the thing though. That's what's so funny about that specific arc. It's pretty late in Dragon Ball Z. It's like the last actual arc.
Yeah.
That Vegeta goes full villain, and it's solely so he can get cool powers. Like that is a shithead thing to do. That is someone that has saved the world at times at that point. And he still was like, nah,
pretty
bro,
badass.
Gotta be better than Kakarot. So he gets evil power.
Definitely, I think he's more selfish than a good dad.
Yes, but I think he's a really good dad though. He if you compare him to Goku, which is a character that we can talk to about when we talk about not so good dads. He has always made sure to keep his family. There's been times where he wouldn't even train. Goku was all about training. I'm gonna train. If I'm gonna do one thing, he's gonna fucking train. I don't give a fuck about these kids. Goten, who the fuck is that? But then Vegeta would be like, no, man, I got a baby on the way, bro. I can't fucking go fight right now. He also did to make him. He's also a good husband, all because Beerus in Dragon Ball Super hit his wife. He got so pissed off that he went and tried to fight the god of destruction, the man that destroys universes. He went head to head with them solely because he slapped his wife.
That's right.
Boom.
Damn.
Sure.
Damn.
I mean, some solid points.
Yeah, that's tough. That's gonna be a tough one to choose.
He's also probably killed children though.
Not bad. Not bad.
All right, let's move on to our third category. Brian, what you got for the worst deadbeat ass dad?
Worst deadbeat ass dad. God, I want to use this one so badly, but I'm afraid you might also have it. So I might try to. There's so many good ones.
But you're going first, so you got all the power.
I know, but I want to use them all at once. I just want to throw like 3 bad dads at you.
Bam, bam, bam.
They can just rush you and not raise you. I'm gonna go with a fan favorite here, Ethan Mars from Heavy Rain,
Oh,
iconic
snap.
PlayStation 3 video
Okay.
game,
Wow.
David Cage game.
Damn.
For people that don't know about Ethan, the story of Heavy Rain is basically it's like a murder mystery kind of situation where there's a guy that's abducting kids and basically drowning them when it rains outside. Boom. That's all you need to know. Ethan, however, fucking sucks. The game starts with Ethan getting his child lost and then killed because he is a bad dad and doesn't pay attention to what his kid is doing in the mall. They all go to the mall. Oh, that's really fun. That's so nice. That's great. Let's go to the mall. Oh shit, I lost my son. And that's where you get the iconic Jason. Jason. Press X to Jason. So that whole situation happens. He finally found his son walking in the middle of the street with a stupid red balloon because he loses it or some shit. And then that kid gets ran the fuck over. It's so
shit.
Yeah,
bad,
it's pretty bad.
he gets a divorce because of it. So now he's really sad. And then his child that's still alive, because he has 2 children, believe it or not, Sean. He has that child, and he just doesn't know what to do with this kid. Man takes him to the park in the rain. You don't take the kid to the park in the fucking rain. He's gonna get sick. What kind of bad dad are you? And then what happens to that child? He gets fucking kidnapped.
Oh no!
And the best part about this game is based on your performance, you could be even a worse dad. You can literally fail at everything that you do, and then your child dies, and you end up in prison, and it's bad.
Damn, I do not remember this game the same
So
way.
are you picking that ending,
This is
Brian?
terrible.
Any ending is a bad ending for him. The fact that this man let his child get fucking kidnapped is bad. That was a bad dad from the get-go. No wonder your ex-wife doesn't want to talk to you.
It's a
anymore.
very, very good pick.
Jesus.
Damn.
I feel like we got to argue against we got to have some kind of counter argument. I feel like him being as bad as a dad as he get throughout the game is reflective on the player.
That's a video
You
game.
can
So
be a
it's
really-
just- if you don't start the game, is he a bad dad still?
I know there is a really funny part in the beginning of the game where they start to teach you the controls, and you know how you could like do stupid shit like press X to pick up groceries. Your wife asks you to help her with the groceries. You have to do some kind of button command to get the groceries. If you keep failing that button command, she'll just get pissed off and take the groceries herself and yell at you.
Jesus.
So you just be a really shit human being as a whole in that game.
That's great. But okay, another counter argument though is he does spend the whole game like going through traffic backwards and all this crazy stuff to try to find his son. He doesn't just leave it to the hands of the authorities.
true.
So
That's true.
I think that's a point.
I mean,
for
that's
him as a
yeah,
father.
that's kind of the same Liam Neeson type energy, except it's not Liam Neeson's fault his daughter was kidnapped, whereas Ethan was just not paying attention to his fucking kid.
His kid gets
So-
abducted off the fucking playground.
Yeah.
Listen, it's
Yeah.
really sad, but accidents do happen. So
They do.
It's true.
And it
It's
sounds
very
like,
true.
it sounds like he tries his best, or as good as the player wants to try.
But listen, man, being 0 for 2 is pretty bad.
Mm.
At that point, you got to start being introspective with yourself. And
I mean, he's 1 for 2.
God
If you finish
damn.
the game right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you finish the game, you do find him. But also, if you didn't take your kid in 30-degree weather to the park and then not pay attention to him because you're over there dissociating instead of getting therapy.
I love how focused Brian is on the weather.
I just think that is, he wasn't even like wrapped up well. Like that is just not taking care of his kid. Sean doesn't know better. Of course, he'd probably be in shorts right now if it was up to him. But as
That's
a father, you're supposed to be, I don't feel like you like fed them like some fucking like microwave meal or something. Get them kids some fucking greens. He needs some nutrition.
Yeah.
Be a better father.
Yeah.
It's true.
Very nice.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
All right, Alex, what you got?
Man, I'm like really stressed out about that Heavy Rain game. That sounds so traumatizing.
It's a stressful game. I couldn't imagine going through that in real life.
It's sadness the game, bro. It's not fun.
I can't remember one piece of information about that game. That sounds like not fun to play at all. I don't know. Anyway, damn. But, so I'm speechless. I don't know if I can top that. That was really bad.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
I don't know. I think I got it though. My worst dad is this guy Frank from Shameless. Have you guys seen this TV show Shameless?
No.
Frank is a bad dad.
It's a pretty funny show, and this dude is a piece of shit. Like everybody in the show is a piece of shit, but he is the king of all the pieces of shits. He's the dad of like 8 or 9 kids, all from like all these different, all kinds of different mothers. He doesn't take care of anybody though. He has a house that he gets kicked out of by the kids because he's such a piece of shit. He's a drunk and a drug addict, and he is very okay just not having a job and just living on the street, and that makes him happy, and he scams people out of money,
Including his own family.
especially his own family. He
Oh,
uses his
Jesus.
kids against each other to compete against each other, and then finds ways to manipulate them to get him
Ugh.
money so that he can support his drugs and alcohol addiction. And all the while, he just like does his random shit and finds his way back onto the front yard, and one of his kids will take pity upon him and drag his ass inside so he can sleep on the couch, just to get kicked out the next morning because he's not supposed to be there because he's a piece of shit.
I'm trying so hard to think of a counter argument, but he was on my list too because he's oh, it's bad. He's bad. At one point, they try to kill him by throwing him in the river, and he still comes back.
Oh my god!
He's so bad they were going to murder him.
He's like a really bad boomerang. He always comes back around.
Jeez, that sounds like a terrible show.
The only thing he's reliable for is ruining things.
Look, having never seen this show, really, I think I've seen glimpses of it when me and Brian lived together. Having never seen really any of this show, you don't sound that bad.
One of his kids has really bad
bad
untreated bipolar disorder. One has an alcohol addiction. Another one has a sex addiction and kept going nowhere. One had a child
like
at 14
a guy that
years
just
old.
needs help. He just needs some help.
You're right, but he's taking his destructive habits and manipulating his kids, and all of his actions make his kids self-destructive and bipolar.
Damn, that's a good
and all
pick.
these other things.
That's a good pick.
That is a pretty bad dad.
God, Frank is.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the show in a while, but that is a good pick.
The dude is bad. The dude is bad to the bone.
He's a villain, honestly. That's a villain.
He's definitely a villain. Yeah, but he's also a bad
he seems
dad.
more like a
He's a
villain.
villain and a bad dad. So he's the worst.
Okay. Well, I mean, so far, from you two, I've seen a lot of neglect, maybe some vindictiveness, some abuse, maybe some verbal abuse. That's what I have in common for a lot of these characters that I have written down here for worst dad. But one of them takes the cake over all the others because he straight up murders his child.
Oh, no.
And that is Stannis Baratheon.
Oh.
He signs off. He sacrifices his own cute ass daughter who just wanted to learn how to read and hang out with Sir Davos. And he sacrifices his daughter to the fire god to then get smoked by the Boltons in the next battle for Winterfell. It's not just that he kills his daughter, it's that he kills his daughter for like a battle blessing, and then they get absolutely wiped out in the next battle. Like he sacrifices her for absolutely nothing. And he does it with like a cold as hell, not a single tear. Like, bro is just a stone cold killer.
I forgot about that shit.
I don't know, terrible, terrible, terrible father. No amount of neglect or challenges or abuse is worse than actually killing your child.
I had a different dad from Game of Thrones somewhere, but I forgot about Stannis.
That's pretty bad. That's really bad. But I feel like Frank is worse because he would do that for $20 if somebody, but he just can't. He can't find anybody willing to do something like that. But he would do that in a heartbeat.
I feel like at some point he tried to sell one of his children.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
God damn.
I'm pretty sure he tried to sell one of his children. Like maybe it was Carl. I feel like that was a storyline in there where he tried to sell one of his children for like a drug, one high.
Yeah, just one,
just a drug.
That's bad though.
Look, addiction is real, everyone. But that sounds like that's a real bad dad.
That's a real
God
bad,
damn.
that's a real bad dad.
Pretty bad. The worst, kind of the worst by definition.
Yeah. All right, my pick. Worst dad. Where everyone seemed to go left, I'm gonna go right. I'm a zig where everyone zagged.
Luke Skywalker.
I'm going Batman. One of the absolute worst fucking dads. You know why?
Who's his kid?
Much like Alex's pick, I will say. Yeah, we could say adopted father. We already talked about it.
Is it
this
Robin?
man has gone through how many Robins?
Oh, okay.
How many Robins has Batman gone through and have trauma, have died? So there you go. There's death. He's got death points there. He's let one of his kids get killed by the Joker, which is 100% on him because had you taken care of the Joker earlier, Joker wouldn't have killed your adoptive son.
Preach.
And then we get to another point. His actual biological son is an 8-year-old assassin who, when he gets to be with him, is a little piece of shit. He's a psychopath. And Batman doesn't know how to raise him, doesn't know what to do with him. He's a horrible father that just does whatever he wants because he doesn't go to therapy. He needs help.
It would be amazing what Bruce would do with his billions of dollars if he had just gone to fucking therapy. He would not be a weird ass man in the dark in a bat suit. He'd probably own some kind of like fucking college fund or something. Like
Definitely psychopath.
He has gone through too many Robins to the point where I'm pretty sure there is a comic book story where he fucked one of Robin's girlfriends, who I'm pretty sure was a Batgirl, and was just like, I don't care.
No.
I feel like we got to call CPS on some
bad.
of these fathers.
No.
Someone got to come pick these children up.
Batman might be
Yeah.
a decent hero, but he a bad dad, man. He a bad fucking
The
dad.
whole
That's
Robin
very
thing
bad.
about Batman has always been kind of weird. Like
He keeps picking up these stray fucking kids from the streets and then ruining their
That's not
lives.
okay.
I'm this dark, brooding character that has a lot of darkness, and I beat up people to a pulp.
He's
And
just
then here's this
enhancing their
12-year-old child
trauma.
that's tagging along with me.
Yeah, where
He's
are
a bad
these
father.
where are these Robin's real parents? Are they all orphans?
Most of them die.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fuck. Batman's the best they can do. Bruce is the best they got.
No, and that's the other
Yeah,
thing.
it's
The
bad.
first Robin, Dick Grayson's parents die in a circus accident because he was a trapeze artist type of thing. That's why he's the best at flips. But Batman wasn't like, I'm gonna get this kid because his parents died and he needs a good parent. No, Batman was like, this kid's got it. He's got flips. I can train him to be the best thing. And then when he is the best thing, Dick Grayson resents Batman because Batman's never let him step up. Dick Grayson's just like, yo, I just want to be equals. And Batman's like, nah, you suck. You'll never be better than me.
You were always
He's
just
the
a Robin.
worst.
He'll always be Batboy.
He's the worst.
Wow, okay.
So yeah,
That's
Batman,
a good one.
Yeah,
worst
Yeah,
dad.
he's bad. He's
That's
bad.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
He's a
Y'all
pretty
took
bad
out
one.
all the stops on this one. This is a hard category right here.
Yeah, we could have done 2 picks each for worst
It's
dad.
true, man.
Turns out there's a lot of
There's
bad
a lot of
dads.
bad dads.
This category is really stressing me out. We need to move out of here.
Let's go. Final category, listeners. Animated / video game dads.
Mhm.
I go first on this round, so this one was a struggle, but I'll go with this. I'm gonna go with Tenzin from The Legend of Korra.
God damn it!
Oh, that's good.
I might just have to double pick.
Tenzin, yeah, this was a shallow category for me. I'd struggle with this one. So, but Tenzin, I think he's a great dad to what he's got 3 kids and basically Korra. Like he does his best. He's trying to teach them. They're all but rambunctious, a bunch of airbenders and shit. Also, he kicks ass. He will protect them no matter what. And he's voiced by none other than what's his? I just want to say J. Jonah Jameson, but that's not his real name. What the hell is that dude's name?
Oh shit!
What's his
I
name?
don't know.
From Whiplash and
Wow.
J.K. Simmons.
Jameson.
J.K. Simmons.
I had no
There you
idea.
go.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's talented.
Voiced by J.K.
He
Simmons.
loves voice acting.
Yeah,
He
Yeah.
looks like that.
Wow.
He does.
he
kinda,
does. He does.
I would have never guessed. He puts on a pretty
Yeah.
good voice for that character.
for sure.
Yeah, he's great.
Love
Damn.
Tenzin.
Yeah, great dad. He's obviously good trying to teach them to do these things. He always likes to be around. He's not like the type of dad that's neglectful to them. He's got a great
Mhm.
relationship with his family. Just
Yep.
a solid dad. Not much else to say about him.
He's introspective. He realizes when his own problems are like affecting his parenting, and he adjusts
Yeah.
and he parents his
He's
kids
a
better. He's
Surprisingly
so
complex character. I actually really love
Yeah.
his
Very
character in that
complex.
because, like you said, he does realize when he's doing things wrong and how that affects his children. He gets more brave because of it. He used to be pretty, I don't know,
Yeah.
stagnant person in that aspect. It's also funny because J.K. Simmons also plays one of the worst dads in history as well.
I was gonna
in
say.
Invincible.
He does.
and he does a good job of like becoming a better father than because I mean on my list for worst dads was Aang because Aang is a pretty terrible father to all of his
He
children.
has Goku energy real bad.
Yeah.
He just
But
fucking
and I
dies.
think that's the difference is that Tenzin, as a father, one of the biggest things, not just for fathers, but for parents, he learns to communicate with his children.
Right.
Yeah,
You know, and
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
ultimate dad.
he learns how to be vulnerable with them and tell them what was I love Tenzin, such a great character. That's why it was my pick for this category. So we know where my vote's going for this round. I'll have to adjust. I will go with Mr. Mitchell from The Mitchells versus the Machines.
Oh,
I
I
don't
haven't
know
seen
that
this. I
at
remember you
all.
talked about it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh dang! Well, you guys gotta watch it. But he's a great dad. It's a very heartfelt movie. They're going on a family vacation, or they're taking their daughter to college. But he's really clashing with his daughter on the way to college. The whole movie there's a son and the wife as well. But the main plot is kind of the relationship between the father and the daughter. And throughout the course of the movie, you learn stuff. I won't spoil anything, but it's gonna be hard for you guys to vote for this pick without seeing that movie. Dang.
You gotta sell me on it, brother. Come on.
Delicious. I mean, he's just a great dad. He sacrifices stuff for his daughter. It's very evident that he loves his kids, so much. And
What's his dad's strength level at?
Well, I mean,
Like a
it's an
4?
animated movie. He fights a lot of robots. Kills a lot of robots.
Well, there you go.
I would fight a robot.
Borderline superhero.
So that's
with
good.
the amount of punishment he can take, but he's a cartoon, so he can.
So he's got cartoon strength. Okay.
Yeah, cartoon strength and health. He can pretty much live through anything.
All right.
But yeah, great movie.
I still
great
need to see that
character. Yeah, great dad.
Nice. I'm struggling. I've been struggling since we started because Brian took my number one. But I think I'm going to go with none other than Nigel Thornberry of the Wild Thornberries.
Is he a good dad? I don't remember much about
He's a
him.
great dad. That mustache alone could raise a village.
What is that?
That's bordering like the Mummy dad of just adventure being the most important thing.
I don't think so. I mean, he's teaching his kids a valuable lesson. He's a documentary filmmaker. He's on the road and he brings the whole family. He's not just gonna leave his kids behind.
Some kids need to be in school.
He's gonna teach them about the whole world, about the mysteries of the world, about all the little critters and all the nature and all the hard work that is involved with the circle of life.
See, that sounds like them white people that take their children and take them across Africa and they live in like the jungle for like 15 years and then they send them to high school, like a public high school afterwards, so then they're all weird because they haven't
like
had
Tarzan.
real human interaction.
Is this this sounds like the intro for Mean Girls?
Mean Girls, yes.
Oh, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a trope that happens, and I don't like it.
Yeah, you might be right there.
Look,
but
my only counterpoint to Nigel Thornberry is that Nigel Thornberry let his kids be exposed to a fucking monkey. That's just dangerous. I'm just saying.
He's a good monkey.
I mean, he is brilliant. He I'm sure knew very well that monkey was clean and did not have rabies. Okay. And he knows that his daughter, above everything, loves animals and would love to have a monkey best friend. And he would do anything for his daughter.
And here's a point for him as well. I will say he is another surrogate father that he did take that weird ass child and took him in and was trying to teach him the ways of the humans.
That's
He was
right.
like,
That's true.
Little crazy boy. Yeah, I don't remember his little crazy name.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
You sounded just like him.
That's
shit.
I actually love that show growing up. That shit used to
you just
slap.
pulled that shit out the bag, bro.
Casey. No.
Oh, that was
Okay,
great.
you sold me on a little bit more towards the end. I had to think about it.
man.
I haven't watched that show in a while.
Dude
Yeah,
loves his family.
Very nice. All right, Brian, finish it off for us.
So Brian, remember this category
I
is
was
for
about to
video game characters and
Thank you.
cartoon characters only. Don't try
Thank you.
picking anybody else, okay?
Yeah, no live action.
It has to be from a video game or a cartoon only. All right.
You gonna pick Walter White?
I want to say, so my animated pick is Carl Winslow from Family Matters. Absolutely not. He is a good dad, though. Not gonna lie.
He's a good dad. Yep.
I'm gonna pick Lee Everett from the Walking Dead Telltale series.
Oh yeah.
Another surrogate
Ooh.
father. We have a lot of surrogate fathers. A lot of dads just stepping up when they need to.
I told you that's because all the other dads are the worst.
Right. Maybe we learned something here. But it gives. I feel like this is in the essence of Joel the most, and that this man was not going out here looking for no damn children to raise. That man was about to go to jail when this apocalypse broke out. He was going to jail for murder over cheating and all that weird stuff.
Damn.
And then he found this little girl, Clementine, very cute, very sweet little girl, but goddamn was she annoying, and she was going to get us both killed. But he was like, you know what? I can do this. So he wants to go and try to help her find her family or anything like that. And he really stepped up and did his thing. And he protects her from a lot of shit. Cannibals.
He does.
Zombies, cannibals, bad people, just everything. Teaches her how to survive to the point where she kind of becomes a psychopath.
Why was shit so bad in that? Because when the game starts, it's the beginning of the zombie apocalypse, right?
People would become bad so quickly. Think about
people were
humans.
already eating people. It was like day 2. Day 2 of the apocalypse, people already
The grocery stores are still
cannibalism.
open.
It's like those people that they're like just waiting. It's like, I can't wait to eat people.
The stuff in the fridge is still cold. You're already cutting off people's limbs.
Yo, I never even thought about that. That's so funny.
That's messed up. That is
You're
messed
absolutely right.
up.
'Cause this all happens in the first game, so that's pretty wild.
Damn. All right, look, counter argument, I will say. This might be bad dad in the sense that spoilers for The Walking Dead. I will say mark this because this is an actual phenomenal story. At the end, I don't know if I think it might be bad dad points that he has his surrogate daughter shoot him in the head.
Come on, man. We were talking about lessons of dying. He gave a lesson by having to die. He didn't.
But he said pull the trigger.
I forget. Did he gets bit? I don't remember.
Yeah, a big part of the storyline, he's up getting bit. And you get to choose whether or not you want to hide it and shit like that. But basically, you want to get her to where you want to get her and get her safe before he dies. But one thing they always told each other, and this unfortunately is, you can't have innocence in the apocalypse. We've seen that in Last of Us and other situations. You can't be innocent because that's going to be what gets you killed.
Okay.
So they talked about if we get bit, we got to shoot each other. We got to do it. That's just a part of life because no one wants to turn into whatever the fuck this shit is. So I think that was a good lesson. Is it traumatizing? Absolutely, 100%. No child should have to go through anything like that. That's
valuable lesson for the situation. Right. So in a world where there's no zombies, terrible lesson. But in a zombie apocalypse, okay.
Please don't ever tell your children to shoot you in the head. That should be a baseline standard.
Damn. I remember I finished that game and it was so emotional and heartbreaking that I turned off my video game console and didn't think about it until just now.
Well, they made 2 sequels.
Yeah, it was really powerful, but it was I cannot handle that
it's rough.
Now. It's the Last of Us level of just being a game about feeling bad. And it's about characterization and meeting humans.
I was not ready. I was just trying to have a good time, kill some zombies.
Yeah.
But hey, that game and my man did start a whole trend probably. Before that there was no sad dad video game tropes. Now it's a whole genre.
Just sad dad, the video game.
Yeah, sad dads to be dads that are sad and then trying to overcome obstacles and end up being in love with their theoretical or actual kid and save the world. It's a whole thing now.
Yeah, we love a good gruff dad.
Yeah, that's true.
Solid
that's
pick.
True.
Solid
that
pick.
has to show some emotion by the end.
I would also like to say, because we did this in honor of Mandalorian and Last of Us, no one picked any.
No one picked either.
No one picked any of that.
Too easy.
It's too easy.
Yeah.
All right. Let's figure this out. Let's tally this shit up.
Okay.
So for hero, I've picked Jonathan Kent from Superman. Brian has Barrett from Final Fantasy VII. Alex is Liam Neeson, also known as Brian Mills. Apparently that's his character's name from Taken.
That's weird.
Devin has Brendan Fraser as Rick O'Connell from The Mummy 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Take a minute. Tally your votes. Brian, we'll do the same order as originally.
Sounds good. I was really, really hard on Liam Neeson because of what he did, but then also he was kind of a bad spouse as well. And I do just think Brendan Fraser just pulled out a little bit stronger and doing more for his child. So I'm going to go with Brendan Fraser. Rick O'Connell.
No!
Let's go.
Damn.
I will find you and I will kill you for my family.
Listen, man, if your child keeps getting taken, how good of a father are you?
It's not my fault.
I don't think Brian Mills would do too good against some supernatural forces, but Rick O'Connell.
I'm going to go with Brian, aka Barrett. My man's a good dad.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay. I picked Jonathan Kent because I think
Fucking
Oscar made
hell.
really
Oh, wow.
I think he made a really good point.
Wait, who did Oscar pick?
We all picked
I
other
have
people.
fucking Liam Neeson, bro.
Let's go.
Fuck.
Let's go.
Do we have
It's
to
an
do an
even
actual
tie.
who would win in a fight now? That means Liam Neeson wins. He's killing everybody.
Barrett has a machine gun for an arm. What do you mean?
I don't care.
I
don't care.
He ain't quick.
Hold
He's
on,
not quick.
we gotta see at the end.
Yeah, we gotta wait. We gotta wait.
Damn, because who has the most tallies? But we also got to go by overall.
Next one was
squad.
villain. Who?
Yeah.
What did everybody pick? Because I'm forgetting everything already.
All right, so I had Darth Vader. Brian had Vegeta. Alex had Red Foreman. And Devin had Vito Corleone.
That's tough.
Damn.
I'm gonna have to go with Red Foreman.
Hey.
I love the argument of him being a villain, and I also love the fact that he does indeed love those kids. I mean, they get to hang out at his house every day, so he doesn't hate him.
He's gotta love him. He came back for that '90s show. He's gotta love him.
He loves that paycheck, baby.
Yeah. Hey. All right. I'm gonna go. This is a really tough one. I was really torn between Vegeta and Darth Vader, but I'm gonna give it to my man Darth Vader. He was in my pick.
How did I win any vote for that?
A great dad. And end of the day, he just wants to hang out with his son, and he's a great dad. He did a lot of bad shit in his life. So did Vegeta. but they both love their kids.
But the thing is, Darth Vader did it to his son.
Yeah. I won in my mind just by getting one vote. I don't care.
At the end of the day, when it all hit, when shit hit the fan and his son was in harm's way, he dropped his whole life's career. He dropped everything for his kid. He was like, he woke up. He was like, I was wrong. Please forgive me.
That's so funny.
He didn't say that, but you could feel
said
it.
I was wrong and became worse.
He did not. He became better. Yeah, he became better.
Well, hey, my vote is why we come and argue our cases, okay? Because Brian made a great case defending Vegeta. The man might be villainous, he might be an anti-hero, but he was never a terrible father.
He's a very, very good dad, Vegeta.
I'm going with Vegeta.
Let's go.
Vegeta for villain pick.
That actually that's true because he was always a good dad. Vader was. Vader eventually was a great dad.
Get in the way of his kids.
But I'm gonna stick with Vader. I said it. So
votes locked in.
That was a close one. Close one.
Well, wait, Oscar's got to round out the. I'm really hoping for a vote for Vito.
Wait, so Devin, you picked Vegeta, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, I had also picked Red Foreman. So we have an actual winner.
All right.
Mostly in the argument that that won me over was he is absolutely the villain of that show. If there is a villain, it is him. So it works.
Mm-hmm.
Got him.
All right. Worst dad. Piece of shit. Here we go. Brian has Ethan Mars from Heavy Rain. Alex has Frank from Shameless. Devin has Stannis Baratheon from Game of Thrones. And I have Batman.
Those are some strong picks. Those are some real strong picks there.
This is a really tough category, dude.
I just love the Batmans in this list.
And I hate that it makes sense.
It does make a lot of sense.
It's a terrible father.
I am gonna have to go with Batman.
Yes!
Nice.
Batman kind of encompasses a lot of the issues that we have with these other dads, and that he's pretty selfish, and that fucks up his children. He also killed his children, like Stannis Baratheon, which is fucking so sad.
Well, he didn't directly kill him himself.
It was his fault, though. I wouldn't be surprised if he lost Robin a couple times, like Ethan. Yeah, I just
right.
He's a bad dude. Batman needs to be in prison.
And the worst part about him is that he thinks he's the good guy.
Yeah.
Like, you lost your parents. Are you going to treat other kids this way?
Yeah, I'm a double down. I'm going with Batman too. He's kind of a piece of shit. Yeah, I mean, I thought I picked a bad. I mean, like, in Ethan's defense from Heavy Rain, like, accidents and shit happens. Like,
man was trying his best with what he had.
You're trying. You got to try your best. And Frank, like,
also, where was Mom?
Frank from Shameless. Frank from Shameless, like, he's an addict. Like, he needs help for sure. Like, he's struggling.
Yeah.
But fucking Batman is he could go to therapy. He's fucking rich. He could get help if he wanted.
His sins are more severe because of his wealth.
Yes,
because of his
privilege.
Batman is what Frank would be if he had money.
Oh my god. I don't want to imagine that, actually.
Frank wouldn't bother fighting crime, would he?
That would be really bad.
He's just mental illness with money. That's all that is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I voted for Frank because he just sounds absolutely terrible. And Batman, even with all of his faults, he'll still save you if you're falling off a cliff or something. Like,
That's true.
Even though he drove you there.
he drove you to the cliff. He'll push you off and then catch you with the claw, the bat claw.
Yeah, I think the main reason he takes them along is because he's looking for bonding. It's the only way he knows how is punching people. So
through fear, you will love me through fear.
For me, it sounds like Frank is more of a terrible.
Frank's pretty bad.
Dad.
Frank's really bad.
Yeah.
Frank almost had my vote until the whole addiction argument. In which case, then I had to lean towards Stannis Baratheon because that dude's just doing it for the glory. And because he thinks he's the chosen
really means
one.
You don't care about your kid at all, like
exactly.
You're right.
It leans a little bit towards him.
And it's not even like they did it before the battle they won.
There is a whole season or whatever in the defense of other addicts. There's a season or so where Frank is completely clean and he's still a piece of shit. He's still selfish and a piece of shit.
Oh, damn. You should have led with that then, dude.
I forgot about it, but that's fine. That's fine.
Shit.
He's just literally just a bad person.
He's just a bad person to the bone. Yeah,
right.
For sure.
There you go. All right. So that goes to Batman.
Yeah.
The worst.
Yeah.
I agree with that wholeheartedly, honestly.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Damn. I thought that was a stretch. That's funny. All right. Animated / video game character. I had Tenzin from The Legend of Korra. Devin had Mr. Mitchell from The Mitchells versus the Machines. Alex had Nigel Thornberry. And Brian had Lee Everett from The Walking Dead.
You know me. If Legend of Korra is involved, I love Legend of Korra. I think it's a great story that tells really complex issues, and I think that is one of those complex things that they talk about with this is what a father looks like that broke the motherfucking cycle. He said, my dad sucked, but I'm not gonna suck because my dad sucked, and I love that. Because as millennials, a lot of people are unwinding that same kind of thing while they're becoming fathers. Of being like, damn, maybe my dad didn't treat me so well. Maybe I shouldn't do that. And they show it on the screen. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Very cool. Yeah, this was a tough one. There's a lot of good dads there for sure, but I'm gonna give it to Tenzin also. He's the fucking man, and he looks badass with his little cape and goatee.
He did some sick airbending
But yeah,
stuff.
but honestly, I love that. I love that he was like a flawed character at the start, like a lot of great characters and real dads. He didn't know exactly how to be the best dad to Korra, and wasn't really open to hearing her side, and he always thought that he was the best. But as the seasons progressed and as he grew and the relationship grew, they built a trust between each other and a bond, and he really he really learned to adapt to any situation, and learned that everybody's different and people need to walk their own paths, and he learned to communicate and just to be the best dad that he could to all of his kids. Yeah,
I think there are a few tear-jerky moments in Legend of Korra, and there's definitely one with him. Maybe I can't remember exactly what it happens, but man, there was a moment that I got very emotional watching Tenzin. So and he was my first pick. So obviously, it's a unanimous decision. Tenzin wins.
Wow, Tenzin.
Tenzin got
takes
3 for
it.
3.
Just for shits and giggles, I was going to pick Lee Everett from The Walking Dead, only in the sense that he had an option to not take Clementine with him. He could have said, fuck this kid, I'm just surviving myself. Where it's different, like in comparison to Joel, if it was just similar story, Joel had Ellie thrust upon him and was forced to do it. He was like, all right, I there's something in it for me if I do this.
It's definitely voluntold for sure.
True.
Exactly.
True.
Whereas Lee's like, I'm a good person. I will take care of this kid and eventually become a surrogate father to this girl. Yada yada yada. So yeah, it would have went to Lee Everett. But it don't matter because Tenzin is the king.
He might just be the best dad on this list.
Yeah.
And then real quick, let's vote on squad. So if you're gonna adopt a child and take them across the galaxy, or you got to get them across the zombie infested wasteland.
Shit!
Which squad is the best to get us there? I think by a mile it's Oscars, because you got Jonathan Kent for the actual parenting. You got Darth Vader, Batman, and Tenzin, who can absolutely deal with any threat.
Darth Vader and Batman. That sounds like a lot of therapy.
That's a lot of strength.
It depends on what version of Vader we're talking about. If we were talking about slow ass Vader in the movies, then like I'm pretty sure Vegeta could take him. But if we're talking about like intergalactic, maybe potentially non-canon Vader, that man does some crazy shit that I don't like.
True, but you also have Ethan Mars in your squad. That's like Alex and my squads are just hindered by
he takes us down at least 30 points.
Useless people. Like, so your squad is second for me, bro.
I feel like I've got a pretty solid group of dads over here.
I think Frank would sell your team out in a heartbeat.
I mean, but between Red Foreman would get Frank under control in a second.
Foot in your ass.
There'd be a lot of foots and asses. Yeah, absolutely.
He would be like, all right, I think I should get my shit together today.
With Nigel and Liam Neeson, I think you'd be pretty good getting the child across the wasteland.
I got a lot of white dads up in here. I don't know if I'm liking this.
You really do.
Maybe I'll hang out with Oscar's dads.
And me, I mean, Vito Corleone is a pretty sick guy. He's like in a wheelchair and stuff, so we can't, we're going to be fine.
I don't know. I think I'd rather hang out with Vegeta and Barrett, actually.
Oh.
I don't know. Ethan, I don't know.
Yeah,
Ethan
Mars.
Ethan will bring down the vibes, definitely. He's pretty awkward.
The other guy from Walking Dead's pretty cool. Like he murdered somebody, but he seems like a nice guy. He's chill.
He murdered somebody, yeah.
I think I'd hang out with them. It'd be fun.
Okay, well, 1 vote for Oscar squad, 1 vote for Brian's squad.
I think I'll probably have to double with Oscar squad if I can't pick my own.
I'm gonna drop my squad. I don't think I want to hang out with my squad. I don't want to be friends with any of them, actually.
The energy would be so off. It would be such a quiet trip. Ain't nobody talking.
I didn't think this one through.
Yeah, I didn't think we were going to do this. So there's no cohesion between anyone.
My squad, Mr. Mitchell and Rick would be just peas in a pod, and Stannis and the Godfather would be just
I don't want to hang out with Stannis Baratheon, dude.
No.
I'm probably gonna vote for Brian's squad the most.
Yeah,
because
it's got the most. It's got the most color in there too. So that's nice.
It's true. He does. Yeah,
that's what's up.
Some diversity.
Way to go, Brian.
Thanks, guys.
Very nice. So Brian wins overall squad, and then we never determined who won hero because there was a tie.
True.
But I would still think Liam Neeson would kill everyone. So I think Alex.
I won that one.
Over Rick O'Connell?
Over Rick O'Connell and Barrett. I'm
Over
sorry. I
a
think
man
Liam Neeson
with a
would kill
little
everybody.
machine gun as an arm.
I think Liam Neeson would find a way to snap that arm off and throw it in his face.
Like this.
I don't know, man.
He's got a certain set of skills, okay?
He's like James Bond. James Bond can drown a man in a puddle. Like, I think Liam Neeson would go to town, dude.
He would break that arm in a second.
I got to go with Brian's. If we're talking deathmatch, I think the guy from Final Fantasy's got it because he's got a machine gun.
That man is 8 foot.
You haven't
4.
even played the game. Dude's the slowest person in the party.
Alex, who would you vote for out of those?
Oh, I voted for Barrett earlier then.
Okay, so Barrett would win that round then.
What?
So Alex won one round. Brian won the hero round. Alex won the villain round with Red Foreman. I won the worst round with Batman and the animated round with The Legend of Korra Tensei.
I lost count.
There you go.
So there we are, listeners.
Yeah.
Those are the best
Epic
and the
dad
worst
fight.
dads.
Nice. There you go.
Devin did not.
Yeah,
Devin
I
did
didn't
not.
win any.
It's like,
I only
you
got 2 votes overall.
No medals this summer.
Devin's dads are mediocre.
Oh, hey, listen, Tenzin was my first pick. I just needed a better draft order.
Yeah, for sure.
That's true.
I would have won if I could have had Barrett on my squad. Freaking Brian choosing only video game and animated characters.
It's true. Brian picked nothing but animated and video games.
All I can think about is that and like 90s television. And I was like, I don't want to pick 90s television.
It's
Boring.
true. Yeah.
Mhm.
Honorable mentions very quick. Uncle Phil, surrogate father, and also father to Carlton. Great dad. Great dad.
Really, really bad dad. Jack Nicholson from The Shining.
Nicholson.
From The Shining.
From The Shining. Ooh,
Nick Frost.
that's a good. That's a
That's
pick.
a really bad dad.
Yeah.
I was gonna say for hero dad, just Arnold Schwarzenegger in any role that he's ever
Yeah,
played.
yeah.
He's everyone's dad.
He's
Definitely.
generally a dad.
I had one for video game. Sora's parents from Kingdom Hearts. They didn't never know
that's
where the
bad.
hell their kid is.
That's bad.
Bad, horrible parents to the point you don't even know who they are. They're terrible
Are
parents.
they in any of the? They have the 4th one coming out. I never played the 3rd one. There's still no parents in the 3rd one.
No parents.
Yeah,
Nothing.
them kids were
These kids are
We're
running around.
haphazard over there. I got one for good dad. Marlon from Finding Nemo. That man protects that one kid with his fucking life. Good dad.
Yeah.
And it goes across the edges of the
Yeah.
earth.
That's
to
a good
find it,
one.
all the way to Australia.
That's a really good
He would have been
one.
bad in a death mess though.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. He would be first one dead. Someone would probably
He's a
eat him by
clownfish.
accident. Bad dad. Back in Firelord Ozai. He was so bad that he gave one kid an inferiority
Oh,
complex.
that's good.
And another kid became a psychopath. It's bad dad.
Damn. How
Yeah.
did nobody pick him for worst? Yeah, he's
That's
bad.
good.
He's real bad.
Lots of other worse. I had surrogate father Dumbledore. He
Oh.
sucks.
All he does is leave whenever they're in trouble.
Mufasa.
Oh, Mufasa's
Mufasa's
up there.
kind of a bad dad.
Ooh,
Oh, he was
bad dad.
Mm.
All he did was
Mufasa?
die.
What?
Yeah, he's.
He talking about the circle of life.
Yeah.
He taught us how to sneak up on.
He left his pride unprepared in case he died, and then Scar took over and fucked everything up. He
Damn.
should have prepared the pride.
Damn.
Dominic Toretto, bad dad. Stop going and doing this dumb shit. That's why your kids are always in danger.
Bad dad. Ash Ketchum's dad. That man ran away to become a trainer and then just left his second
That's
son
true.
and his
That's
wife.
Oh
very
shit!
true.
Is that real? Is that his dad left him to
Very
become a
true.
trainer? Does he fight against his dad?
I guess
think
it's technically
so.
Red. Maybe it's not Ash Ketchum himself, but it's Red. That's his whole
Oh,
story.
right.
His Red
Yeah,
story
that's
is that
true.
his dad goes to be a trainer and then leaves him, and then you're supposed to fight your dad at some point.
Right.
So that's a Pokemon game.
Isn't he like the last
Yes.
boss or something like that? I don't remember.
Oh,
Bad
yeah.
dad.
Yeah, it's not good.
So I think that's pretty much it. I also had Goofy from a Goofy movie as
Great dad.
animated. He's a great
Oh,
dad.
yeah,
I
You're
think.
about to say okay,
Max.
dad. I'm pissed. I think he's a good dad.
Well, it's because he doesn't know how to communicate as much with
He's
his
a
kids, but he
single
learns
dad,
and then becomes a
brother.
great
His
dad.
social cues aren't quite there, but his heart is really. He's in it.
His heart's
He's
there.
all in.
Mhm.
$1,000,000% heart.
He's all in. He's a little goofy.
All right, listeners, there it is. Best dads, worst dads. There you go. We did it. Shall we now move on to our final segment of the week, guys?
Long ass episode.
Very quickly, which we like to call free for all, title pending, rapid fire. This is a segment we can do whatever we want. Talk about anything. It's free for all. I'll very quickly go first. Because The Last of Us is going on, and because this particular episode just aired this week, I read for the first time the Last of Us American Dreams comic. It was a 4-issue comic that came out when the game first came out in 2013. It told a prequel story to the prequel DLC. It was like a really quick read. It's like 30 minutes. Like I said, it's 4 issues. It's super short. I had a lot of fun. It was fine. It was cool. It was a lot of cool different details A couple in particular that I won't spoil since the show is actually going on and they might cover it in future episodes. That I was genuinely like, oh, that's a really cool detail that'll make me think more about this character in this show going forward. So yeah, that's about it. Oh, and shout out to God of War Ragnarok.
Always.
Gotta get it in
always.
there.
Nice.
I can go next real quick. I finally beat Hogwarts Legacy. Yay!
Oh shit!
Holy
Finally.
shit,
Yeah,
dude!
It's only been out for like 2 weeks.
I beat that.
Wow.
You remember the last time? I don't remember the last time I beat a game. It's been years.
Yeah,
This
for
is
real.
probably the first long game I've beaten in a long time.
How many hours did you put into
I
that?
think I beat it in about 40 was what I ended up at the end.
Oh, it's not
doing
bad.
most of
Okay.
the side quests and everything. I didn't like do all the collections.
Wow.
I might 100%. I don't know.
That is not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
I rated probably about 8.5. It actually sold 12 million copies so far in the first 2 weeks.
Is that a lot?
It's selling like hotcakes.
To put that in perspective, Elden Ring Game of the Year of last year just sold 20,000 this month. 20 million. So in comparison, it's already sold
People
12
love some
million.
Harry
It's
Potter.
already sold
Oh,
over
wow.
half of that in 2 weeks.
Damn.
So that's pretty crazy. But yeah, it became more of an Assassin's Creed game than it did like a Witcher. So like once you kind of get past the new stuff and how like interesting the world is and stuff like that, you start to get a feel for what the pattern is of how the game's gonna go. Things do get a little stale, but I still had a great time. So I had a fun game with it. Also, of course, trans rights are humans' rights. No one needs to play this game, and don't support shitty people.
Absolutely.
That also being said, a lot of people worked on this game, and I'm sure they were very loving and caring in it. This is probably one of the most diverse games I've played as far as race, gender,
Yeah, it looks like
ability. I've met many characters of different sexualities. There's a blind character that has a pretty strong role in the game. They made sure they were gonna make this game way more inclusive than
right.
the stupid bat that wrote the books to begin with.
Did any of it feel? This is kind of touchy. Did any of that feel like forced to you, like done after the fact? That after those.
I mean,
tweets
I'm
and
super
stuff?
cynical, so I'm gonna say a lot of it feels forced, just as a whole. That I think they did it
Sure.
solely because of that. Because I think there's literally one trans character in it, and I think they did that solely as a kind of like, boom, got
Mhm.
you. But then it's
Yeah,
one of those things where I have to remember that inclusion does have to feel a little pushy to kind of become normal. So that's why I kind of try to remind myself. I like one part of the game is you don't actually, when you create your character, make a gender for yourself. Like you don't just pick like man or woman. All the hairstyles are unlocked for all the characters, so you can pick any hairstyle you want. The only thing
Oh,
that you do
sick.
pick is whether you want to be referred to as a witch or wizard. And then also your character is always referred to as they, them, when speaking to the character.
Nice.
That's probably a lot of it was just we didn't want to record multiple lines, more so
Right,
than trying to
right.
be inclusive. But if you do want to have a non-binary character, you technically can have one in that game if you want to. So that's
That's
kind of
cool.
interesting. That's one of the first
Yeah.
games I know that you can do things like
Take that, J.K. Rowling.
I don't think you've been able to do that before.
I don't know. It's yeah. Play it if you like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Fuck J.K. Rowling.
That's cool. And Harry Potter is such a rich universe. So it's cool that, we don't have to, it's nice that we can enjoy it without, and acknowledge the faults of the creator.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Alex, you want to go or me? I can go.
Yeah, I'll go next. I don't remember the last time I was here to update you guys on what I've been doing that's new per se, but I will say right off the bat that I am still playing Elden Ring.
Nice.
I'm working very hard. Cleo is now 9 months old. She's not walking yet, but she is standing, which is very exciting.
Mhm.
We're still playing It Takes Two, which is very, very fun. I don't think I told you that, Brian.
Nice.
Yeah, we're having a great time
Yeah,
with It
no.
Takes Two. Yeah, super, super fun.
Mhm.
And
He's talking about him and Cleo, by the way.
Yeah.
Baby's not playing.
I'm watching The Last of Us in real time, which is the first I've done that in
Yeah?
a long time. It's very cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm slowly catching up on Andor as we speak.
Same.
Ooh.
I haven't
Nice.
finished Andor either.
Two great shows.
Yeah, both fantastic.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna see if I can catch Mandalorian in real time too. We'll see about that one.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll be
There you
cool.
go.
Yeah.
Well, boys, I can go real quick. My girlfriend really loves dumb action movies, end of the world movies specifically. Somehow she had never gone without seeing any of the Fast movies. So
Oh no.
starting last Thursday, we started with Fast 5 because I just caught her up on all the stuff that happens before
It
Fast
started with
Why
5.
Just because it's like the start of like the modern.
Oh, we're
Fast,
getting
It is
you
the
know,
shit
best
gets
one.
crazy. Yeah.
The stuff before 5 doesn't really matter for the stuff that happens
I
later.
love when they steal DVD players. That's my favorite.
Yeah, but
Right.
so really early on in Fast 5, she's like, "Oh my gosh, did The Rock just like throw a whole human being like through a wall?" And I'm like, "That is so
wait.
tame compared to the stuff that's coming up next. Like, just wait for what happens next." She's like, wow, The Rock just threw a guy." I'm like, "Yeah, that's we don't even think about that. Like that's just every scene.
That's funny.
So yeah, she's been very much enjoying the escalation of like what crazy thing can we do next. And I think it's a good reminder of like why I love the Fast movies. They are what they are. They don't try to be anything else. They're not highbrow. They're not trying to win any Oscars. They're trying to get the money and do some fun, crazy stuff. And
trying to entertain.
Movies should entertain. Some movies should entertain. And this series is definitely built to entertain.
That's what's
and
up.
It does. It does a great job.
Ninth one boring as hell.
9?
Yeah, that was.
What are we at
great,
now? What is the next one? 10?
10th one's coming out.
What's that going to be called?
10 is coming.
Fast X?
Fast X.
Is that the name?
That's the name. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It has to be. Yeah. Nice.
No, we talked about this. This is a running joke. It should have been called Fast 10 Your Seatbelts, but we'll let that one go.
Oh, that's
Fine.
good. That's good.
Very nice. Love it. We all need to fucking get a dictionary and learn what rapid fire means. But anyways, that's the show, listeners. You can email us at thefortressof@gmail.com. Fortress spelled F-O-U-R. Feel free to email us any questions, feedback, recommendations, anything like that. Also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and the YouTube channel at The Fortress of. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your grandma, tell your cat. Rate us 5 stars preferably, but whatever you deem us worthy. Thank you, Jackie, for helping edit the podcast, Brian for the art, Alex for the music, and Devin, thank you for being here even when you're not here. You can find Brian on Instagram at ITZ_, by the way. Alex at Peterson Films. And Devin, you can find him at something dad related. I don't know. Where's he at?
Ooh, tomato.
Just hanging out with my squad
steam.
of Stannis, Vito Corleone, and Rick and Mr. Mitchell. It's great crew.
Right. Number 1, the Mummy 2 fan, bro. Next week, maybe some Attack on Titan. Who knows? We'll see. And also, don't forget, happy holidays, everyone, and put a coat on. It's cold out there.
But actually do really, because global warming is killing us all.
Yes, especially
it
if
was
you're in
80
California.
degrees one day and then like 30 the next.
I think it's snowing right now. Looking at my window.
Oh, no.
Get the fuck out of here.
Holy cow.
All right, thanks, listeners. We'll see you next week here in another episode of The Fortress of...
Jason.